Hello and welcome to ITBS Media. A big shout out to all subscribers. If you have not subscribed, why don't you go ahead and subscribe now? All right, let's go into business. Have you experienced your computer suddenly begin to run slowly? It takes forever to load a light file, especially when you're trying to download maybe PDF or any other file from the internet. Well, you're not alone. This happens to a lot of people. And the problem may be a combination of many reasons. The most common ones are going to be treated here, and I will show you a solution, what you can do to try and mitigate the problem so that you can enjoy your computer. All right. So the first reason could be slow internet throughput. For example, if you have if the bandwidth of your internet is small, it will take forever to load or to upload or to download files, meaning that the file that you send out either through email or the one you want to download, they come in or they go out in packets, meaning that if you send a file, an attachment to your email, even the email itself will be chopped into pieces and they will be sent out in piecemeal like that in packets, and they will reassemble when they get to their destination. The same thing when you download from the source, the file will be disassembled into pieces called packets, and they will flow in and reassemble when they get to your computer. So it means that the latency will be very long. When you say latency, talking about the time it takes from the packet to travel from your computer to where you're sending it, or where it is from the source to your computer. So in that situation, there is a little you can do, except you have the means to increase the bandwidth of your internet. That has nothing to do with your computer. But what we want to focus on today is what you can do from your own end when the computer starts to run slow and you cannot even bring up the file on your computer. It takes forever to load. So that is what we want to focus on today, not the one from the internet. Though by the time we finish, it might help if the problem is not the issue of bandwidth. Okay, so we have known that bandwidth could be a cause of the problem. Another reason, and of course which you have control over, is the disk overload. When the storage device on your computer is overloaded with a lot of junks, when I say junks, it means files, residues that are of no use to you, that you don't need, but are sitting right there on your storage space. Remember when you give a command to your computer, pull out file ABC for me. What the computer will do is it will go into the storage space, it will flip through, and if you have 1,000,000 files there, it will take a longer time to flip through than when you have 1,000 files. Now imagine you have a lot of files that you are not using sitting right there on your computer. It means you are creating opportunity for your computer to run longer than necessary. And not only that, the resources available on your computer to do this job is now shared among a million files instead of among 1,000 files, or is searching for a million files instead of 1,000 files. Okay, so having that knowledge in mind, I think it is now important for you to understand that you need to control your storage space. How do you do that? And what are the examples? Let's first talk about the examples of things that may be sitting on your storage. One could be residues of Windows operating system updates. Like when your computer has done updates, there are residues of the files of the programs, the packages that are sent in that will be sitting there. If you don't clean them up, that is why in most cases you are instructed to restart your computer so as to free up the memory, because some of these are cached in the memory of your computer and they are sitting right there, and the same memory will need to be used for other activities or processes on your computer. So you have the Windows operating system updates, you have the log files, downloaded program files, which is different from the downloaded files or the files in the download folder. You know, you have a default download folder, and that is different. Now, other includes internet files, temporary files created by your computer. So you have the files sitting in your trash bin as well. If you don't empty your recycle bin often, it means they'll be sitting right there and they'll be consuming resources. The downloaded program files, like I said, is different. Okay, so you need to delete all these files if they have been stored into another folder. I'm talking about the files in your default download folder now. If you have stored them or you have saved them into the appropriate folder on your computer and they're just sitting there, you're having a copy of it sitting on your download folder, you need to get rid of them. Let the space be made available for useful processes. So now, how do we do this? Let's swing into action. Go into your uh, File Explorer. Put your cursor on your File Explorer and click it. And once it opens, you go to your C folder. All right. So here you see, you go to your local disk. In your own computer, it might not be C, it might not be marked as C, it might be marked as D. For your local, go to your local disk folder and right click. That's the second step. First step is locate your local disk folder. Then you right click. Now go to properties and click on that. And let's see, it has given us the properties of the local disk. So here I have it's actually a terabyte storage space, and I've used 337 gigabytes. Still have a free space there. Now the next thing you do is you click on disk cleanup. So it will start pulling the files that are redundant, and it will bring up another pop-up window. Okay, so here now you see this second pop-up window. If you look at this, we have 457 MB, that's megabytes. It's telling me I have 457 megabytes to clean. And look at the file, the folders. We have the downloaded program files, which is 0, nothing in there. Temporary internet files, window error report and feedback. So you have DirectX shader cache, delivery optimization files, recycle bin, temporary files. You see all of them. But this has not touched anything that has to do with the computer and the operating system environment. So to go into the operating system environment, which normally harbor a lot of redundant files, you go to clean up system files. You need to clean up the system files too. What we're doing now is we are trying to delete redundant files manually. After we complete this process, I will show you how you can set and configure your system to automatically delete it by itself. All right, so let's see, from 457 megabytes, let's see how much we'll be able to gain by cleaning up the system files too. So what it's doing right now is that it's scanning window updates cleanup. Right. This might take several minutes. So when you do it, don't be in a hurry. Just wait for it to complete its process. All right. Now from just 457 megabytes, see what we're able to get here now. 3.15 gigabytes. 3.15 gigabytes. That is huge compared to 457 megabytes. Okay, so look at it. Window update cleanup. This is just from the Windows update.